Well, good afternoon, everybody. How's things? It's been a little bit busy here today. I'm sat at home prepping for shows on Monday and, of course, classes for this weekend. But I'm just taking a little bit of time out. I thought it'd be nice to sort of have a look at doing Advent tile number 7. So here we go. What are we going to be up to today? Number 7's the bottom right corner. So it's quite nice to put a puzzle piece in the corner, I think. And I've sort of left off doing all 4 together. So this is our first one. Again, it's an inked tile, so it matches my others. And something to remember, as always, you're going to be making sure that your top piece, see, this is the top there. If I turn it over, it's the top piece there. So I know that whenever I need to put them together, that's what's going to happen. They're all going to be facing the same way. So are we ready then? Pen, pencil, tortillon at the ready. First thing I'm going to do, just like I've done with all the others, is let's put myself a little cross in there. So just want to split up the space. So I'm getting 4 little squares, which just makes it a little bit easy, I think, to work out where everything is. There we go. All right, so I did have a rubber on this desk. Ah, that's right. And then I've got paperwork everywhere, and I've got a part-finished quilt. I've got the laptop up and running, and yeah, it's all a bit busy, but isn't that how we like it, working on a tiny space when we've got a big desk? I know. Okay, right, here we go then. So I'm going to come in with a pencil to start with, and I'm in this top left corner. Just want to put myself a curve in, and I know sometimes we like to draw them in pencil first. So you see it's touching this line here, and it's just a little bit further out there, because what I want to do is put in another one of those sort of curve shapes. Okay, I'm going to go almost to the corner there and bring that down and then follow that on. So again, this familiar pattern is sort of coming across all the time, isn't it? I'm going to go ahead and draw that in, I think, whilst we've got it. So in we go with that one. And then this one here. And then turn it as typical, isn't it? It's all been nice and quiet. And as soon as it's quiet, I think I'm going to make a start with this. Yeah. The boys start all over again. Not to worry. So there's that first little bit there. They'll settle down in a minute. That's what we have them for, isn't it? So they can alert us to what's going on. There we go. So this corner here then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on this bottom edge, and I'm going to come just a little bit above this one. And again, let's put that curve in. Okay, happy with that one. So whilst I'm at it, I'm going to put a second one in. Now, you see the gap there? Try and keep that gap all the way around. There we go. Okay, it's not too bad at all, that one. And then I'm going to put on which side to do it. Depends on how wide you've got this, actually. I'm just sort of thinking, do I want it that way? I'm going to come on the inside there. And I've got a smaller gap going on there. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw in this one here. Turn it round because it makes life a little bit easier. There we are, one there. And I'm going to draw in this one too. Not that other one though, just those 2 there. There we go. All right. So yeah, there's some work being done outside on the front, so they're having having a ball barking at them every time they walk past. So here we go. I'm going to start with loops, sort of almost like little figure 8s kind of thing, all the way around here. Joe, that is Benji, yes. He's got a very deep bark. And Seth's a little bit smaller, so his is not as deep. Yeah. And both of them start. There you go. You see what I'm doing? I'm creating these little sort of loops. I'm coming back on myself each time. And wandering around. Yeah. See how that sort of fills the space up there. Just take your time with that one, but don't go too slow. I find it's better if you try and work up a bit of a flow going on there. And any little gaps, I'm just going to come back and fill those in. Remember, this is going to be the bottom corner, the bottom right corner of the piece, so we've not got to match this up with anything there. I know, Joe. I think he goes in the kitchen for a sleep, or he sends Benji first, so if there are any issues, which, yes, they're a bit of a team. Okay, so let's have a look at this little corner here. I'm going to sort of see, I've sort of instinctively turned it to an angle. So what I want to do, I want to put 3 loops in here. So there's one. Now if you need to put more, that's fine. And again, we don't have to match this. So it's fine. You can do as many as you like. But I'm aiming for 3 because that's what my sort of tile here is showing me. There you go. And then another one inside. And another one inside. So if I do that with that one as well. And then this one as well. Now I know sometimes we perhaps look at these little tiles and think, oh, it's a bit tricky. How's this going to work? I don't need to worry about whether it's going to match or not. It really doesn't matter. If it gets to the point where it really doesn't, then as you put your tiles together, you can leave a little gap in between each one. So it doesn't matter if they're slightly off. Or we can change things about a bit, or you can manoeuvre a shape. So just enjoy drawing it and then enjoy the little challenge of putting it together when we start to have to do that. So let's have a look. See, for example, number 8 tomorrow is actually going to join with 2 tiles. So that's going to be our first adjoining. So we'll see how it works when we do that one. But it's not a problem. If it doesn't match, really doesn't, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's going to be interesting. I think the excitement of doing it. And plus, you know, just follow it along. It's a tile like any of the others. So, you know, nothing matters if it's a little bit out or you think it's out. It's fine. So I'm going to come now to this shape here. I'm just going to sort of take it down a little bit. And of course, at the end of it, this is a 5 centimetre tile, isn't it? A little bit of cardstock. But if it's certainly not quite working how you want it to, you can draw it again. So within each shape then, I'm going to sort of imagine the middle and put this curve in. You see I've missed this one because what I want to do here is sort of get to grips with that shape. So I know when I come back to this one, it's about half. I'm going to see a little bit there. I can fill that one in. All right. So our next one, instead of bringing it down here, I'm actually going to bring it down just slightly over there. You see how it just sort of overlaps? I just want them going behind each other like that. Okay. So I'm going to draw another one of those rows in, so you can go over that because it's in pencil. And again, let's follow through. Actually going to go in now with the points. Okay. So we're going to do a similar design. But this time we're going to come from the point. So again, imagine where the middle is. We could put that point in. See, the same curve. Just sort of following that shape as before. And then again, coming back. See, I'm just touching the edge there. So it just looks like it's going behind. Another one there. There you go. All right. So let's just have a little look so far then. So there's our curve. This is the shape that seems to have been on every single tile so far. We've got a couple of little loops here. Again, this doesn't match anywhere because it's right in that bottom corner. And then here we've done 2 little rows and we've done these little petal shapes, but they're slightly going behind each one as we go. Okay. So I'm going to come back in a little bit now. And what I want to do on each one of these little shapes, doesn't matter where we start, I'm going to come from the point and I want to create a little loop on that corner and a small one inside. I'm going to fill it in. So let's do this one, a little loop, and then a smaller one, I'm going to fill it in. So there you're just going to get a little bit, most of that's going to get filled. So if I work my way around those little shapes, the same with this one. Well, I am really looking forward to classes this weekend. I've prepared all the artwork ready, and it's yeah, it's going to be fabulous. We're going to have a great time. Made a few little changes to our usual schedule, and of course we'll be doing these tiles during the day as well, so that should be quite nice. And hopefully we're going to have it a little bit festive, so if you come in and you want to put on your Christmas attire, you want to look a little bit glam, that would be wonderful. Come on in and just enjoy. I know that the Christmas tree's gone up today. Luckily I've had Dobby here with me, so they've been able to do it without any problems whatsoever, which has probably been a little bit of a relief for them. Dobby's still recovering. Got a bit of a bad leg. Well, he's hoping to be there at the weekend. We're going to see how it goes. I'm fed up of him watching daytime telly. It's either that or he's been on YouTube, or he's been Christmas shopping with my credit card. There you go. Yes. So let's have a look at these little shapes. I'm going to start with this inner row here. Let's follow the line, and I'm going to create little auras. Just following that line. Just look at the last one you drew. Follow the shape. Let's do this one. Along we go. There we are. And the next one. This is a little bit paler, isn't it, in the background than some of the others that I've done. But that's okay, because I've used the same colour to do all of them. I did them all at once, so they'll go together. There we are. Just filling in those two, following it all the way through. And then again, I've just sort of got to guess a little bit where that line is, but we've drawn all the others. So. This is nice, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to do the same here actually. So I'm going to start at the top, but as I get to the bottom, I'm not going to sort of do as far across. You see, I'm just going to narrow it down a little bit, so we can sort of determine which is the top. Oh, a bit wide, that one. And which is the bottom of this particular design. So again, look, see, it's getting a bit smaller. And the same again. So follow the lines just as before. When you get to sort of just a little bit of space left, you can do them a little bit smaller. Same with this one. Goodness, who knows what this is going to end up like. Again, I've got the final picture, but I'm not looking at that now. I actually have it all sectioned off, and I just look at one single tile, just like you do. So I can't really figure out exactly where everything's going to go. It depends on, you know, where I draw the lines on the day. So yeah, same as you really. Okay, got rid of that little T now. There you are. So back in with my pencil, and here we go with a bit of graphite there. I'm not going to worry about this one because it obviously goes into that one there, and along here into there. So when it comes to these ones, I still want to have that shape there. So I'm going to come along and add some pencil along those lines. And then along here. So I'm not being too shy about that. A little bit on the inside there. A little bit on the inside there. Because again, we can put our white pencil in there. Along that one. And then here, see, I could have coloured those in at the same time. I think actually I probably should. So we've got something similar going together. So here's my 08 pen. Let's put that in there. Sort of gives them a little bit of repetitiveness there. It brings that all together. There we are. Okay. I'll look at that a little bit later, because when you're looking at it from a distance, you don't see these marks. But when you look at the camera, you can see that there's a little bit there, look. Okay. So let's have a look at these ones. I'm going to come in and add some either side of each of those little loops. There we go. So in with our tortillon, and ever so gently we're going to soften those lines up a little bit. It wasn't a too bad one today, was it? There's not a massive amount of detail in it. A lot of stripes, but nothing crazy. Still going to sort of add to the whole feel, isn't it? See, I could come back in. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit there, I think. Just to give me a little bit of shadow there. Oh, Marie, don't worry about it. You can go back and watch it again. And honestly, I'm not giving you the times as to which I'm doing these, so you're not all going to manage to get there. Oh, look, John, that's quite a nice idea, isn't it? There's all sorts of things you could do with that. There's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different things you can do with this kind of a design. And something that I've come up with that I'm taking to air on Monday will give you a little bit of an insight and perhaps a bit more confidence in doing this kind of a project. So it should be a good one. I think it's an early morning start though, especially after doing classes all weekend, so not to worry. I think I'm going to go in a little bit deeper here. And of course, you know that you can go in with coloured pencils, or you can add a little bit more pen to it. There you go, that's a lot better. See how that's a lot darker? Sometimes you've got to go in with it and add an extra layer. See, that's nice. And let's add a little bit more onto this side of it. See, that's going to help raise that up a little bit. And then here, let's go in a little bit darker too, just sort of on those areas. And see, with this one, you could come back and put in some more pen, but again, that might be something I'll do when I've got all the pieces together. Maria, do you know what though I love it? This is not work. This is a bit of a calling, you know. It's one of those things. There you go. Alright, so let's just check that is the right way. See, yeah, there you go. So this is the top. So this is the top. And that is going to go in that bottom right hand corner. So here we go. A quick look at my sketchbook. See where it's going to go. Here it is. There it is. See, look. So, oh look, I've been colouring on the other page, and you can see some of it coming through there. So we've got a few little bits. Let's just put that one in there. That's where that one's going to sit. So of course we've done, you know, a couple that are going to join together. You can see where this one maybe, I don't know, is going to join in some way. I don't know, maybe. See, that's a completely different angle to this, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure I can work it out when it needs to, so that's absolutely fine. So, okay, there's number 7 of the day then. And, yeah, we'll worry about 8 and whichever joins and everything else tomorrow. So, looking at the rest of them and how they fit together. Here we go. So, I'm not signing any. There you are. Look, so they're all slightly different because of the inking. And that one's going to fit in just perfectly. So, that's absolutely fine. So, okay, I'm going to leave you with that. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, depending on what time I fit it in, for tile number 8. So take care, have a bit of fun everybody, see you tomorrow. Bye.